is right on time. Chris?
All right, Holly, let's turn to a consumer alert this morning. Kim Kardashian recently got herself into hot water, tweeting about how much she loves her morning sickness drug. By now, most of us know not to believe everything we read on social media, but there are laws protecting us. How much do we need to protect ourselves? Here's what you need to know as lifestyle lawyer Shari. So let's get to it. What laws kind of apply here when it talks about celebrities endorsing products?
Sure. Well, there are two regulators that we're talking about. So the Federal Trade Commission generally governs product promotions and requires that they be truthful, not misleading, backed by scientific evidence, and when they're paid promotions, that be disclosed. The Federal Drug Administration also governs the sale, manufacture, and distribution of medical devices and reiterates the FTC requirements, but adds a litany of other requirements. So, for example, that when you explain the benefits of a drug, as Kim K did, you also disclose and equally balance out the risks of those drugs, which she did not do.
So if there are these rules in place, why do we continue to see celebrities like Kim Kardashian doing stuff like this?
That's a great question, and there are a few reasons. First of all, even though we've been using social media for a long time, it's still relatively new territory for the FTC and the FDA. In fact, they only recently came out with guidance on these issues. The other problem is that you've got word and character limitations. And so, for example, the rules say that each individual message has to disclose all this information, which we just know is not possible. And then the last thing is, every time you have new rules and guidances, what we use in law is called a reasonable person test. So what the FDA is using, for example, says that these disclosures have to be such that an ordinary consumer under sort of normal, conventional conditions would be able to read and understand them. That's gray area, and the companies are actually pushing the envelope. We have a lot of lawsuits going on now, and what will happen is those lawsuits in that case law will really define what has to be done. Until then, we're on our own.
And what are some of the things we can do to protect ourselves? Because I'm sure some folks will see maybe an endorsement on their Facebook feed or Twitter feed.
Well, the first thing is you really have to read between the lines to see if it's a paid endorsement. In this case, Kim K said that she was partnering with her doctor. She didn't say it's a paid endorsement, but that's what it means. And you also need to know that the FDA requires these promotions link through to further information. So, Chris, you're not going to take a drug just because Kim tells you to. You need to click through, read those disclosures, and make those decisions yourself with your doctor.
Really important things to know, and certainly something that, hey, we may see it, you could see it today, just as you're flipping through your phone or your Twitter feed. Shari, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Holly, back to you.
All right. Thanks, Chris. Let's get to this consumer alert this morning. Don't be surprised if you don't see